The warning 12-volt battery discharging due to additional electrical devices is very misleading and quite often makes Hyundai owners go crazy in their attempts to find the reason for this. The problem is initially in the software that controls the battery management system, which is extremely smart in modern cars, and when you hear the word smart in modern technologies, you may immediately add the word unreliable. So there are three most common reasons why you can see this warning, and the solutions will be different for all of them. First of all, this warning was initially programmed by Hyundai engineers to pop up on the screen when you modify your car with some additional equipment like a dash camera or GPS tracker, for example, and they drain the battery while the vehicle is off. So if this is the case with you, disconnect everything from all the charging ports or whatever other ways those add-ons were connected. Then recharge that 12-volt battery with a good external charger and drive for several days to see if this warning appears again. In EVs, you will just need to top up the charge of the main battery and it will share some juice with the little 12-volt battery on its own. But as you may guess, this is not the most common reason why you can see this warning. Secondly, the problem may be with the battery itself. I see this happen with EVs and hybrids that are equipped with simple flooded lead-acid batteries all the time. The problem with those cheap 12-volt batteries is that they are not made to be used in such conditions. They hate being discharged to more than 50% and they lose voltage quite heavily and are degraded very fast. But for the Hyundai company, apparently they have one big advantage. They are dirt cheap in comparison with AGM or lithium iron phosphate batteries that cost a fortune now. But the problem is that once your EV is out of warranty, you are left one-on-one with these battery problems, and it actually makes sense to buy a good AGM or even a more expensive lithium battery to eliminate those voltage drops. The flooded batteries tend to drop voltage heavily even when the car just sits without being driven or even unlocked for some time. So after you start the vehicle, it registers a huge drop in battery voltage and goes crazy with all possible warnings. The third thing that I often see is that people tend to keep the fobs very close to the car. Like they may drop it on the table in their garage. This is not the best thing to do, since if the fob is within a very close distance to the vehicle, the car will not go to sleep properly. A lot of its functions will stay active and drain the battery in the end. Even one day of such conditions may drain the 12-volt battery in a modern car. Finally, if you can't locate the culprit of the problem, the initial issue is very likely with the software. Hyundai dealership may or may not have any updated software, but you should check anyway and probably file a complaint with them, since the more complaints they get, the faster they will come up with the new soft version for your car. Unfortunately, if it's a software issue, you can do nothing with this until the update shows up, and you will have to just keep the 12-volt battery topped up all the time with an external charger to avoid those annoying messages.